Happy Friday, Denver. My name is John Ekstrom. I am the host this week of Happy Friday. You just heard the Fricashinas, one of my all-time favorite bands, because they are fronted by a dude I have known for more than 20 years, Justin Duran. And Justin, thank you for this. Fricashinas, get off the screen now, because here we go to Kevin Batstone.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday, Denver. Good to see you, boys. Happy to be here.
And my other co-host, and one of the most delightful rays of sunshine I know, Arthur Raw.
That's right. Sometimes you got to wake up and you just hit the day with that shh.
The future's so bright, you gotta wear shades, especially if you're Arthur Raw. Except it has been so fucking cold here in January. I hate it. We are part of Mile High Life. This is why we bring the sunshine to you. This is why Art's wearing sunglasses, and why he's gonna kick off the show.
Look, everybody in Colorado loves this state. That's why you moved here, or that's why you never left, all right? So we like to do some research. What's going on with this state, and what are some of the most strangest things about Colorado? So on this list is just, I got 3 things off of it. Sure, there's probably a lot more, but we could open up the conversation as well. And one thing that stood out to me, because of course I'm from here. John, you're from here as well.
I'm the transplant. I'm the odd man out here.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see your opinion, Kevin, on this, because it's interesting. So they call them viewers that did this like article and these questions. And within that, one of the viewers had mentioned that they had lived in many other states other than Colorado.
Sure.
But for some reason, Coloradans that are native to Colorado really have this whole pride thing going on about calling themselves a native.
Yeah.
And that it's not like that in other states. Kevin, what do you feel like? Do people from New Hampshire, are they like, I am native?
No, you don't really. That's definitely a Colorado term. I've heard people say I'm a California native. I'm a true Texan.
Texas, I've heard that a lot. For sure. Yeah.
Up where I'm from, we used to call people from Massachusetts. We'd call them massholes.
Oh, sure.
Or massive two shits. Take your pick. Either way, there.
That one, I don't know. That's got to be a local thing. Massholes.
It is.
I mean, like, given how prominent the Patriots have been in our consciousness, and the Red Sox, and the entire fucking Boston industrial sports complex, we're all familiar with massholes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, that rings true because, look, like you said, in the sports world, the Bruins, Celtics, Patriots, they piss a lot of people off, and they have for a long time. But, coming from New Hampshire to here, it wasn't so much like, I'm a New Hampshire native. It was just I'm a New Englander.
Yeah. And so it actually hit me while we were spitballing on this. And the reason why is because why Coloradans are so proud to be called natives is because the majority of people that live in this state actually are not from this state, because so many people move to Colorado. It's one of those destination states, and that's why I feel like the native thing is like you have to hold that close, because I'm actually from this ground that you traveled to live on. Yeah,
that you take now such pride in living in. Like, you wanted to live here. You came here. But I find, like, if you have a native bumper sticker, I'm immediately going to be skeptical of you. Like, I hate those bumper stickers.
Okay.
Like, that's just too provincial for me. That's just, like, way too territorial. It's like, hey, I'm a native. It's like a declaration of pretentiousness. Like, fuck off with that.
I would agree. It's almost like you're looking for unnecessary attention.
Yeah.
Like, you can be from Colorado and be a native and be, that's all well and good. But
I love being
from here. Advertise it, And I love living here. I love this state. This state is my home now. I've been here it'll be 16 years. I love this place.
It was like a decade ago that Kyle Clark did a whole riff on this, because he's from upstate New York and people are moving out of there, like, in droves. Like, the whole Rust Belt has seen population attrition for a long time. And he's like, you could be from a place where people are leaving. Right? So it's cool that people want to come to your place. Like, have some pride in that. Don't be mad at the people coming in, because your place could be going in the other direction. And so I love that I'm from here, but it's also like sometimes I worry that it's like, why didn't I leave? And I did. I spent a year in Texas.
Right.
But it's like, oh, I'm from here and I'm still here. Sometimes that feels almost like an indictment.
I mean, you just got to travel a little bit, and every place that I've ever traveled, whenever I get home back to Colorado, I am happy that this is my home. And another thing that is strange about this state compared to other states is the geography. It's all over the place. We have sand dunes, we have plains, we have mountains. I mean, we even kind of go into Utah and all this other stuff. Like, wait, we're not bordered on Utah?
Yes, we are.
Oh, yes, we are. So I'm in logistics. I should know that. But
one would hope.
What is the most interesting place that you have visited in Colorado, Kevin?
So I was fortunate when I was in the grocery biz. I went all over the state. I went to every King City market in the state. So I really got to see, Steamboat and Durango and some of the staples. I never did quite make it to Telluride yet, and that's still on the list.
Have you been to the dunes?
I have been to the dunes, coming down through Alamosa, Del Norte, and that area. Yeah. It's beautiful. I haven't actually, ridden in the dunes, but No Name, Colorado is one of my favorite little towns. As you're coming into Glenwood Springs, through the canyon, there's a town called No Name, which is one of the stranger things I've seen. I've never seen a no-name town before, but I dig it. It's just a small little town.
One of my favorite places is near the sand dunes, and there's an alligator farm there and a reptile rescue. The reason is there's a hot spring that has bubbled up and that allows like these tropical creatures to live there year-round. So it's an alligator farm and reptile rescue. Pure nightmare fuel for me. I did not equip myself well there when I went for a bachelor party. I'm in this nightmare room, right, filled with just water moccasins and cobras and rattlesnakes. And
it's pretty intense.
It's awful. And I see something move out of the corner of my eye that is not in a cage. And so I jump. That's my natural instinct. And I swear to God, this 5-year-old girl goes, "That man jumped by that turtle." And like all my friends dunked on me for the rest of the trip. And I'm like, yeah, I had that coming.
Yes, I bet you they did.
So no fear of spiders, but reptiles or snakes and things.
Snakes,
crocs.
dude. I'm not into it.
I used to own a snake.
Yeah, that's awful.
It bit me. I got rid of it.
Yeah, well, yes, that'll happen with snakes, Kevin.
Yeah, I had to learn the hard way, John. I was trying to be cool and didn't work out.
Jesus God. Okay,
so
what's your favorite place?
My favorite place is where my heart is, where I'm at currently at all times. So one other interesting thing about Colorado is the weather out here, okay? And the reason why...
How about that weather?
...is because it is always changing. I've always said it's bipolar, but... Look, people think Denver is just a snowy city,
It's true.
But in fact, the mountains are snowy, but Denver is located in the plains, and it's not as snowy down here.
Present time excluded because it's been so cold lately, and the snow is not melted.
No, this really feels like New England weather, guys. It's been one of the first Januaries that I've lived here since '07 where it's been this cold consistently. And like we were talking about last week, where we were kind of clowning on people like, oh, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
Yeah.
And you kind of get that here in Denver, but I mean, at least the sunshine is out, but it is nippy, guys,
it's
and
cold,
it's going to be.
Man. It's just cold.
It's going to stay cold going into the weekend.
It has been
single digits. Overnight lows.
This is one time where I'm excited to abscond to Texas, which we'll talk about.
I'm a little jealous about that, John, but we'll get into that later.
That'll happen. All right. So Denver is fucking weird because here's what's going on in Park Hill. City Council approved the rezoning of Park Hill Golf Course, and the issue is going to go to voters. Here's the thing. This has been a total like dumpster fire clown orgy where like literally.
I just heard a bunch of honk, 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 honk.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. So this thing, City Council voted 9-4 to approve the rezoning of the land of Park Hill Golf Course to make way for commercial, residential, and park development spearheaded by landowner Denver-based Westside Investment Partners. Okay, so what they want to do is they want to put some affordable housing, some business, like there's all sorts of conditions on this thing. This is one of the craziest permits I've ever read. I've worked in local government outreach now for 15 fucking years. I've never seen this many conditions on a permit. So a grocery store, making the housing units income restricted, commercial space for businesses owned by women and diverse members of the community. What does diverse members of the community actually mean? They haven't defined that very, very well.
As far as the bullet points of what that entails.
It sounds like that could be racist.
If we get to vote on it in April, or we will get to vote on April, if it passes, okay, that's one thing. If it doesn't pass, the developer has to reapply for a zoning permit to make it a golf course again. What the fuck, man? Like, this is so complicated. I don't know how voters are going to figure it out.
It's pretty odd. I kind of dove into this a little bit, and I was listening to a resident that's lived in that area for a long time. And one of the things that he was concerned about was they're looking for like a 20% vote from the residents that live in that area, right? So they're going to they want to hit at least a 20% yes on this in that area, which doesn't really make sense to me, and why that would have any bearing.
You can't do that with elections.
Right.
That's not how it works.
Yeah. This is an odd situation. I'm curious to see how it's going to pan out on the vote.
I don't know, man. Like I've played Park Hill Golf Course. I love it. It's one of the last sort of green spaces. They put aside so much for park. We need housing in this city. Like ultimately, it seems good, but my God, it's so complex.
Too complex.
I don't fucking get it, man.
I mean, look, it's always going to be complicated out there, and fortunately, we do have parks that we could go play in, right?
Yeah.
So close to Park Hill. I mean, is City Park in Park Hill?
No,
but it's kind of close.
You know what neighborhood City Park is in?
It's in City Park.
City Park. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how I put that together, but I'm actually very satisfied.
That was good. That was good.
So City Park is going to do a new outdoor play experience. And with this, they want to do a nature play and waterway restoration project. And it's going to be 4 acres, multi-sensory. And some of the features out here is a 20-foot tall Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep. I mean, I hope they have
Russ.
like some.
It's badass.
I hope they have some of the like padding ground, you know, where they could like put that flooring or whatever, that outside,
Yeah.
where you could fall on it and you'll be okay, because you know kids are gonna be crawling all over it.
Why are you going to get up there? You're worried about falling?
I mean, you know, as I become more agile, I feel like I might just have to show these kids how it's done.
No, totally. Like, yeah, I mean, I've always referred to you as a ring-tailed lemur, right? Haven't I? Or is that the first time?
I like it.
So,
I feel like I've heard that before.
no, I'm fucking with you. I've never called you that. But here's the thing. City Park is awesome. And I love the playgrounds that they have there because I have kids. I go to these playgrounds all the time. Here's the funniest story about City Park.
Okay.
We're there on the one that's on the easternmost side. You get there like through the museum, like the same way you go into the museum. Mm-hmm. This couple pulls up, and they ask us. They're like, "Is this the zoo?" And it's a fucking parking lot with 10 parking spaces in front of a playground. And I was tempted to be like, "Yep."
Welcome to the Denver Zoo.
I go, "This is the zoo. Give me $20. I'll show you around. These are the penguins." And they're like, "Those are geese." Like,
Oh god.
and just like fuck with these. And I go, like, I was a good citizen. I'm
Yes.
like, no, get back on Colorado, go up to 23rd. You'll see a sign for the zoo. Take a left. Just follow the signs to the goddamn zoo. How underwhelming a zoo experience would that be?
I mean, yeah, if you're just looking at geese, ducks, maybe, you know, some pigeons.
Me with my kids on a playground. It's like, yes, this is the hammerhead shark.
Yeah.
Well, that would be at the aquarium, and they actually don't have those at the Denver Aquarium.
No,
Thank you, Mr. Science.
Unfortunately, I don't. I love the Denver Aquarium, though. I love that place.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, where are we? Art, it's you again. Denver's Boutique Warehouse sale is back. What's that all about?
Oh shit! Did I write that? No,
Yeah,
I'm joking.
Fill us in there, Artie.
I'm joking. No, so Denver's boutique warehouse.
I didn't write this. Should we do that again?
No,
That was a good
Fucking
ref.
write this.
I didn't fucking write this.
Not when you expect it. Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think this is a cool event. Okay, they're bringing so many different talented people together to do this. It is on Sunday, January 29th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you got VIP, if you're on VIP, then you are actually going to be able to get in an hour early. So take advantage of that. Best female-owned and operated local boutiques. How do you say it? Boutiques. It's a boutique.
Boutique.
Look, I think this could be a really fun date opportunity. I mean, honestly, you go out there and you let your lady run wild. She's gonna have so much fun, and I think it's kind of cool. And also, it supports great things as well.
Well, also, it's taking place at the number 38, which is a really cool venue. I've been there once and had a great time. I love the way that place is laid out. So for people that maybe haven't experienced that place, the boiled peanuts there are fantastic. The beers on tap are incredible. This would be a fun time to go check it out.
No, 100%. So we take our kids to shit like this all the time.
Okay.
Where we used to go to, it was funny because like we'll go to like female focused stuff. There used to be a thing called a man craftival, where it was like a man like craft
woodworking and like.
Oh, dude, it was a lot of leather,
Yeah.
a lot of hot sauce,
Ooh.
a lot of like knives.
I like that.
You know, like whiskeys, things like that, glassware, all that kind of shit. We'd go to that. We went to the punk rock flea market. I bought a bookmark there that like this 11-year-old kid had made, and it said readers on it, but like it looked like a Skittles bag, and it was laminated. He was selling them for like $5 because he wanted to buy something, and his parents bought him a table and goes. And they're like, no, you have to make the product and you have to talk to these adults. And he made his money that day. I still have that bookmark. It's sitting in the book I'm reading right now.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So, like, shit like this, dude, this is pure catnip for me. Because these are people bold enough to fucking, like, create
Yes.
and make and put themselves out there. Like, go support them.
Yeah.
Like, for as much as you can support people trying to make it happen, fucking do it. It's amazing. I love it.
Well, especially if you are also an up-and-comer and you also want to own a boutique and something that you've been interested in, go out there and start networking. People are wanting to share their experiences. They want to help you succeed, and Go get on the ground. Let's tap in.
One of my big philosophies in terms of life is give people the opportunity to say yes, right? And going to something like this, where you put yourself out there, you're giving people the opportunity to say yes. What you're doing, I love. Where can I find more of you? That's phenomenal.
Yeah, man, it's just great energy all around. I mean, everything here, it's it's in good faith. It's giving back to the community. It's helping out. It's getting people involved. It's supporting the local community. Anytime I see something like this, I support it.
100%. All right, let's go to something that we all flagged as we're writing this show, right? So sometimes, like, you guys bring me stuff that I've never heard of. Like, I'm doing stuff that's not on your radar. This one we all had flagged.
Oh, yeah.
So former Bronco and all-the-time badass Derek Wolfe. Derek Wolfe was one of the scariest motherfuckers on the defensive line.
Oh, yeah, he was a beast.
He was unreal, and he's still here. He stalked and killed a mountain lion with a bow and arrow. Literally, he killed a mountain lion with a bow and arrow. And go on his Instagram, and you'll find this linked in the show notes. He stalked this thing up 2,500 feet of vertical, went all the way down, finally found it, fell down a cliff face, shot it with his bow and arrow, and dragged it. This thing probably weighed 195 pounds based on his estimate.
It was massive.
But it was terrorizing the neighborhood. It killed 2 neighborhood dogs. So he went out there and he goes, you know what? I'm going to go solve this problem. I'm going to do this. And so in the battle of Wolf versus Mountain Lion, this round goes to Wolf.
100%. I mean, what a badass, for sure. First of all, any sort of primal hunting like that with crossbow, bow and arrow, things of that nature, something I've never done. But I'd like to get into. Having that accuracy and the skill to be able to do that, let alone making the shot to be able to go down and track the animal, chase him up the rock face, fall down, and get redialed in. And then the picture you'll see on the Instagram link, and he's holding this massive
he's holding
animal.
it up. Yeah,
it's incredible.
Now, was it just one arrow?
I think it was.
I mean, because that's a hell of a fucking shot.
You had to put it right to the heart.
to do a kill shot like that.
If you pull that off with one arrow, like, come on, man. He's been practicing in the backyard.
My guess is it was, because if he hadn't done it in a one kill shot, the animal would have run off and it would have been very difficult to get
or attacked him.
Attacked him.
Yeah.
Either way, I think it was a one kill shot, and pretty incredible stuff, man.
Dude, we got friends who do bow hunting, but they're usually hunting like elk or deer or whatever. Still, bow hunting is like a higher degree of difficulty.
Oh, yeah.
Than hunting with guns. And anyone who's out there bow hunting, man, has my infinite respect, because
it's primal.
That is some butch energy.
Yeah, it's
like,
primal.
Amazing.
I'd love to learn a little bit more and go out and try to experience it. I don't know if I'd hunt mountain lions for sure. I don't have the wolf balls, but I'll tell you this. Incredible stuff. Obviously, some of the animal rights activists are upset about it, and you're always going to have that in the hunting world. Anytime this happens, people are going to be pissed.
Well, okay, so like, are you talking about PETA?
I mean, PETA for sure, yeah.
Sure.
And just, general people that don't like hunting or don't support killing of animals.
PETA I find to be well-intentioned, but largely insufferable. That's just my personal take. Those are my personal politics. Because, like, even things like insulin are synthesized from animals, and they're against that. And it's like, man, we're saving human lives with insulin for people who are diabetic, and you're against synthesizing insulin from animals? I mean, get out of here.
Yeah.
And when this mountain lion is terrorizing a community, like, come on. He went out and he
They're
took
not
care of it.
endangered.
He wasn't, like, shooting it with a machine gun from a fucking helicopter.
Well, I mean,
like,
pit bulls get euthanized if they bite somebody,
Yeah.
or injure somebody severely. So, this was the right way to euthanize the animal. It was quick. It was done, professionally, effectively. And look, Derek Wolfe, badass, like you said.
And a pretty even playing field, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, that the mountain lion, I would say they put themselves on pretty equal footing there. So, I don't know, man.
Yep. I mean, that's a man's man right there.
Yeah.
Derek Wolfe.
Wolf versus mountain lion?
That's right.
This one goes to Wolf.
All right, that one goes to Wolf.
Yeah, from mountain lions to robots.
Robots,
mountain lions, and all the above. Kev, what you got?
All right, so back in my native land, New England, Boston Dynamics, I've been following these guys a long time. They've been building robots, and the first video I saw, probably just about a decade ago, they started developing this robot that it was basically, started out as a crawl, then a walk, and then a run. And we've seen the development. It's called Atlas. For those who haven't seen it, it's fantastic. We'll include a link to the video of where they're at now. Just the improvement that they've made with this robot and the things that it can do. And some of their other projects, too. They made a 4-legged dog robot that kind of acts like a dog and can respond to things.
Yeah.
It's just incredible, and it fascinates me because I've always been concerned about AI ever since I was, a big Terminator fan in the 90s. But it's just incredible what these guys have built, and I would encourage people to look at this video because it's also a little concerning. So just where is this thing going to go?
I mean, it's more agile than most people I know.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, your fandom of Terminator in the 90s, right? Just the 90s?
Well, I mean, of course, 84 T1 came out, 91 T2.
I'm not talking about the past, Kevin. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
When was the last time you watched Terminator 2 Judgment Day?
Probably about 3 months ago.
Okay, mine was about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's on HBO Max.
So good.
Yeah, it's still so good.
I love it.
And so, yeah, but the day we get to liquid metal is the day I'm checking out.
The T1000?
Yeah, no, I'm done. That's it.
Well, it already exists, John.
No, it doesn't.
As Mercury.
Yes, but Mercury is not sentient, Art. That would be fucking terrible, wouldn't it?
It can't form knives and stabbing weapons.
Look, hammerhead sharks are in the aquarium, and liquid metal already exists. Yeah. I'm fucking with you.
Those things are both true, but you're correct out of context.
That's typically where I'm my strongest.
Correct out of context? All right, well played.
I would agree with that. But yeah, the fact remains, John, you had a chance to see the video before we hopped on the air. I mean, it's pretty impressive
stuff. It was awesome.
Stuff.
Like, and it's compound movements. So, like, even when you're working out, when you have to do a compound movement where you're doing two things at once, you saw this thing jump up and, like, turn and toss a bag to a different level. Where you go, man, that's like 4 things at least that they have to program. That the complexity of that is crazy. That is only mirrored by the human body.
So have either of you, I think you may have seen it, Kev, but there's this VFX channel on YouTube, and they did the robot strikes back because they keep testing it. They're like beating it with a bat, and it's all computer graphics. And all of a sudden the robot gets like mad and grabs the gun from them, and then like grabs the bat from them and all that. And
I did see that.
It looks really good.
I've never seen that.
It was kind of a
really
knockoff of the videos that Boston Dynamics was dropping because at your first look you go, is this real?
Yeah.
It almost doesn't seem real. But it is. I mean,
like the way it moves like human joints.
Yep.
And so like the way it springs, like they've mimicked the human body in an interesting way. And so until it can reason though, like it can respond to commands. I mean, we were talking about gorillas doing sign language beforehand.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want like a snapshot of what happens in here before we're on the air, we were talking about gorillas doing sign language and professional wrestling and all sorts of shit. Like a lot goes into the meat grinder here and what comes out of the sausage that is Happy Friday. But
great analogy.
Until it can reason, I think I'm okay because it still has to have commands.
Yes.
So.
Well, just like in T2, is it Linda Hamilton's character, Sarah Connor? It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. Oh, no, that's Kyle Reese in the first one.
Yeah.
When he's explaining to her the situation. Fantastic stuff. But, yeah, if once AI is able to think for itself and can adaptively learn and make its own decisions, that's where it gets concerning.
That's frightening, yeah.
That's frightening.
Kev, you got the next story, too. What's up?
Yep, so anyone driving around the Mile High City, you've been by Empower Field, you see the cranes going up, you see the construction starting happening. These guys are getting ready to overhaul Empower Field to an incredible level. I mean, it's going to be one of the most innovative stadiums in the country once they're done with this project. And they're getting ready to do a turnaround on this before the start of next season. So they have a lot of work to do. And our good buddy
Mark Tremble.
Yeah, Mark
I was about to say shout out to Mark.
Shout out to Mark because his company is going to be involved in this Wi-Fi project. In their enhancements by 2024, they're going to completely rewire the stadium, fiber optics to the next level. It's going to be incredible. Wow. But one of the cool things that they're doing here is just really expanding the fan experience, right? So they're going to take this video board. It's going to be the 4th biggest in the amongst all 32 stadiums.
Who's the biggest?
Jacksonville just took it.
Really?
Jacksonville just took it because they're doing the same thing Denver's doing. They're upgrading their stadium.
Oh, shit. Okay. I
Cowboys
thought it was
up there.
I thought it was still the Cowboys.
Because everything's bigger in Texas. They like to have the big boards. Dallas had it for a bit.
Big boards,
baby. Then the Raiders, of course, with Alliance
in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
sure.
So they have a big
Allegiant Stadium.
Allegiant Stadium, that's what it is. Yes.
Which, by the way, is a shitty airline. So, by the way, sponsor us, Allegiant Airlines. Your service sucks.
Hey, at least we're giving you some promotion.
Yes. Allegiant Airlines. Good luck. So what Denver's doing here is
make this the promo, by the way. Allegiant Airlines. Fly us. You may live.
That's how I felt about Spirit for a while, but that's another story.
I've never heard such intense shaking on a yellow object.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. That gets a little wild.
You didn't go to public school?
The Denver public buses were a little bit better shape.
Oh, so better. Okay. Yikes.
That's a statement right there.
Holy shit, fuck.
That is concerning.
Alrighty, Roo.
But in any case, yeah. So Empire Field, look, it's going to be fantastic. They're making improvements to the suites, the concession stands. Everything is going to be state of the art, and their video board, like I said, is the fourth biggest. That's just fun because the better the video board, the better the replays are in the stadium. That fan experience is there because, as you know, when you're at the game, you don't see it like you see it on TV.
Yeah, totally.
So
and Ball Arena did they have a huge board there now too. I mean, this is the way the shit is going, which is great. I will also say I like that the Broncos are not shaking down the city for additional funding for a new stadium. I'm sick of the stadium grift because it's always the same. Like, we need the taxpayers to foot the bill. It's like, no, man, you're making enough money.
Yeah.
Like, don't put the taxpayers on the hook. But if you do, make them part owner, right? If we're buying into this, make the taxpayers part owner of the stadium.
I like that idea.
So then what, we would vote on what changes happen within the stadium?
Yeah, well, if they want to use public money for it, then yes.
That would be the way to do it. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So that's my own personal soapbox because, the Texas Rangers had a very nice stadium, and then they moved it 20 or 10 miles out of town. The Atlanta Braves did the same thing. They absconded from downtown Atlanta down to Cobb County. Mm-hmm. And you go, dude, this is bullshit. Like, if you're going to put public money in it, you got to let the public own part of it.
No, I would agree with that. Yeah, and when the voters have a say, and it's like, being a NASCAR guy, the Aurora voters shot down in 2010, 2011. They wanted to build a NASCAR track out just a little bit east of DIA.
That'd been cool, though.
They were trying to get Bandimere involved and maybe do a complex there. But I love where Bandimere's at. I don't want to see that track move. But we don't have a NASCAR track yet, maybe in the future.
I grew up not far from Bandimere. Bandimere is a cool place.
It's awesome.
They used to do high school drags, and some of my friends used to do that. They just take whatever car they had and then go drag race other kids. Yeah, it's how badass.
At least it's a safe place to do it, better than doing it on the streets, right?
And I'm going to go on record to say best dragway in the country.
Yeah, all right. I like it. One more from Kevin.
Yep.
Let's talk cheese.
Yeah, so this
cheesy.
I love cheese. Okay, first of all, yakety yak, pepper jack. I like
Dude,
it all.
We got a friend who one time we were doing a whole hypothetical. I'll tell you guys off mic or off camera.
Okay.
But she said, like Goldmember in the third Austin Powers movie, she's like, I love cheese.
I love gold.
Yeah.
No,
but she was like, I love cheese.
Cheese is delicious.
Beans and cheese. I go to Mexican place. I need beans, cheese.
Yeah.
Was that your lunch today?
No.
All right.
Well, that was.
Why not?
Because I had some frozen food.
I had a protein shake. It was deeply
right.
unfulfilling.
It was all right.
Yeah. What did I have any cheese today? I didn't have any cheese today. I had cheese yesterday.
I had a string cheese because I always have string cheese in my house because I have kids.
Do you eat string cheese with wheat thins?
I have. I did not today.
Highly recommended.
Oh no, that's solid. I had it with turkey jerky though.
Ooh.
You put that together.
Love turkey jerky.
It's delightful.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
turkey jerky's underrated.
Have you ever just done a small street taco size flour tortilla, and then you wrap the string cheese in that, and then you just eat that cold?
I'm not proud to admit this, but yes.
Or did it in bed
Really?
the other night?
Yeah.
I haven't done that.
So you should be perfect for this study. Kev, tell them about the study.
Yeah,
Art,
so-
sign up.
Here's the deal. They are accepting applications through February 10th if this is something you want to do. I love cheese, okay? I've considered it. But here's the problem I have with cheese is it makes me constipated. And so it creates for difficult bowel movements. So that's the only reason why I would maybe not want to do this challenge. But here's the deal. Sleep Junkie, this mattress company, they want to do a study because they're saying that cheese could cause nightmares. And that's what they're trying to unpack here. They're going, okay, we want 5 individuals to eat cheese before bed, and they're offering $1,000 per participant to do this for a 3-month study.
What is the quantity of cheese?
See, that I didn't get to the bottom of how much cheese it is, but I'm assuming it's going to be a significant amount. I don't think it's a nibble.
Look, I mean, if they're going to do a scientific study on the cheese, I want it to be a massive amount of cheese.
It has to be a solid amount.
Like almost like a concern for the arteries type of.
Do you want to be like shotgunning like Tostitos queso?
No. I want to get the Cheese Whiz can or like the Easy Cheese.
The Easy Cheese, yeah,
And
the
there's
aerosol cheese.
I mean, is
like
that
the
even
Goofy
cheese
movie.
though? I don't think it is. I mean, it's dairy.
Yes.
But
So what's
Is
like
it
the
dairy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is like the standard of cheese in this thing? Like what is it? Gouda? What are they doing? Cheddar?
Is it Gruyere?
Gruyere.
I love Gruyere.
I do like Gouda, but pepper jack, Colby
The
Jack.
Swiss? Is it Swissy?
Ooh, I love Swiss.
Kev, the emphasis you put on syllables. always fucking kills me, dude. Because
Emphasis on syllables.
yeah, because
We did talk about this on KOA, yeah.
yeah, because literally when you're like, it makes me constipated, have tough bowel movements, like it's almost like Christopher Walken-esque.
Oh, wow.
You know, like, how you doing, Chris? Stranded, like,
Yeah.
so yeah, like my bowel movements. I'm very constipated.
Well, I was trying to say it in like a polite way, without getting like too dirty on here, too shitty, so to speak.
Yeah,
But, look, that's what cheese does, right?
he wore this watch in the one place he knew they couldn't find it, his ass.
His ass. Yeah, Christopher Walken. That's a tough impersonation. I've never been able to lock that one down. But
No, we'll talk off mic. You'll get it because you got it in you.
Okay.
You got it in you.
John believes in me.
I do.
I appreciate that.
That's a strong
Maybe I should
belief.
sign up for this cheese battle here.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm also doing the intermittent fasting. So
Oh, yeah,
I
so that's
stop
not gonna
eating at
work.
like 6:30.
It's not going to
Nice.
work. See,
Yeah.
but, cheese has so much cholesterol in it too. It can't be a healthy thing to eat before bed, I would think. Like dairy products in general,
Right.
very fattening. But the fact remains, it was just a weird article I found, and I figured we'd throw it out there. For
Look,
people.
I'll eat a bunch of cheese before I go to sleep and give my feedback without getting paid. So,
All right,
Get
thanks.
some money for whatever you're doing, man.
yeah, I'm going to eat the cheese. That's money to me. They call it cheesin', baby.
Our new currency is cheese here on Happy Friday. So
If
here's
you ain't
the
got
deal.
the cheese, you got to sneeze. Okay,
The-
sorry.
No,
That's That's cheesy.
we need to make some more cheddar here. So,
Bacon.
iconic Morrison. Jesus, I'm all fucked up now. Iconic Morrison restaurant, The Fort, turned 60. The Fort, man, if you guys haven't been, it's incredible. They have unreal game meats. It's 60 years old now. So 1962, this place came about. I still think it's 2020. That whole year fucks me up, right? Because
yeah,
we kind of
and
lost
the economy.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing was just terrible. But
Was.
they're celebrating with a bunch of cool events, including a $60 per person all-you-can-eat dinner featuring Rocky Mountain
Wow.
Oysters Rockefeller,
Love it.
buffalo rattlesnake antelope sausage, a whole bunch of other stations, buffalo prime rib, mini buffalo sliders, lobster enchilada Suiza.
I'm hungry right now.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. Have you guys ever been to the Fort? By the way, shout out to my homeboy Ed Sealover from the Denver Business Journal. I love that dude. I always run into him at beer festivals. He got the last seat. You remember that when we recorded this show and I went to go see the Holly,
Yeah.
like at Denver Film Festival? There was one seat available, and Ed was walking around looking for it. I go, "Hey, Ed, come here!" And he came, sat next to me. I love this dude. He's an unreal reporter.
Excellent.
We should get him to
Excellent.
come guest host sometime. That'd
Yeah,
be
let's
fun.
get him on Happy Friday as a guest spot.
That'd be
Totally
wild.
down.
We're gonna start working that in here, I think.
Have you guys been to the Fort?
I've not been before. I've been by it. I've seen it. I've heard the stories. I love the menu.
Yeah, it's unreal.
You been there, Art?
I've been.
You been?
Yeah.
And how was it?
I've seen the walls. Okay, so when you first walk in, there's like an outdoor courtyard, and they have a little teepee out there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a fun spot. You can tell that there's history on this plot of land. So that's the first impression, which is really fun. Epic views. When you walk out back, they have like this patio that's kind of secluded. You can walk down like this little pathway and go take some cute pictures with whoever you're getting smoochy with, cute with,
Okay.
and then on top of that, though, the food and ambiance is great. So it's a fun experience. You want to have a good time. And you want to spend some dough, go to the Fort, and especially for this event, I mean, $60 for an all-you-could-eat exotic type of meats and all like that. That's a fucking
Yeah,
deal.
That's a deal, man.
That's a
It
deal.
is. It is. Especially with the price of these meats.
Yeah.
It's just not cheap. Rocky Mountain Oysters, the first time I had that was in Gunnison, Colorado. Fell in love immediately. I love them.
I had them up at Bruce's Bar in Severance, which is like the iconic place to get Rocky Mountain oysters in Colorado. So just a few miles outside of Fort Collins, incredible place. I will say my favorite game meat is probably elk.
I would agree with that.
Elk, like you get the backstrap on the elk.
So good.
So tender, so good. Get some elk medallions.
Oh, yeah. I'll smoke them on my Traeger.
Oh, dude, totally.
I want the smoky meat with some cheese on the side.
Rattlesnake. As much as I hate snakes, rattlesnake is pretty good in a
Delicious.
sausage.
I like the gator.
Gator I've had in Houston, and this sounds like a joke and a cliche. Gator tastes like chicken.
It does. With like a little, like a essence of tuna almost.
Yeah, like a fishy essence.
The flakiness of it kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
reminds
yeah.
me of tuna and chicken.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I would describe gator tail. But it's delicious.
Oh, it's terrific.
As long as it's not too dry. But that's any meat,
Right.
really.
I know,
Who eats
yeah.
dry meat?
Yeah, yeah. No,
Gotta keep it
Ain't no one like
juicy.
dry meat. So that's coming up sometime, I think, in February. I think it's like February 17th.
It's going to be the official 60th.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get up there and check it out, man. I haven't been up there.
You definitely will, because that place is awesome. So let's get into cool shit to do this weekend. I'm out of here. I'm a pro wrestling fan. Our friend is turning 50. We're going down to San Antonio. We are checking out the Royal Rumble. That is my favorite WWE pay-per-view.
I'm excited
of the year.
for you. I'm
Dude,
excited for you, man.
It's my second Rumble. And I love the 30-man and 30-woman like entry. It's fun to do the countdown. Like, you're just there, and it's like, who's coming out next? Who's coming out next? It's a really, really fun thing. My pick, I think Cody Rhodes is going to win it. My sentimental pick, I hope Sami Zayn wins it. That would be a good capper on the storyline between Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. I'm hoping it's Sami Zayn. I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes.
I love the Royal Rumble. It's always been one of the coolest pay-per-views. I remember, back in the day, because the rules are still the same, right? So the winner of the Royal Rumble gets a title shot at WrestleMania.
That's correct.
I love it.
And there's a men's and women's. So my women's pick, I'm not as strong on right now. But when I went in 2019, it was Becky Lynch. I'm going to go with Becky Lynch again, because Becky Lynch is the man. That's what she calls herself. She's the man. She took it from Ric Flair.
Ric Flair, woo! The
Woo!
Boy. He's badass. No, that's going to be fun, man. I'm jealous. And you're going to be in the warm weather, San Antonio.
Yeah.
What a fun city. Love Tejas.
First time in San Antonio.
Oh, yeah?
Been to Texas a bunch, never been to San Antonio. Yeah.
Well,
It's a nice spot.
Should be a good
gonna be
weekend.
cool.
I haven't been either, though.
All right.
Fair enough.
Well, then thank you for your endorsement.
No, I've heard from the natives out there, yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
But for the folks still here in Denver, there is some fun stuff coming up this weekend. If you're looking for some good comedy, Christopher Titus is in town, headlining Comedy Works South, one of my favorite comedy venues in the country. He's going to be here Friday and Saturday night. I couldn't get tickets, unfortunately, but Titus is fantastic. He's coming in.
Man, go ahead and head down to Blake Street Tavern on Saturday between 2:30 p.m. to 1800. That's right. That is the Denver Winter Whiskey Festival. That sounds like a blast to me.
Ooh, if I were in town, that sounds like something I'd want to go to.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Winter Brew Fest coming up at Mile High Station. Mile High Station, fantastic venue. It's funny. You know who owns that? It's a guy named Joe O'Day. His company owns Mile High Station. Joe O'Day recently lost his Senate race.
That's right.
Against Michael Bennett. Good guy.
I didn't know he owned that.
Yeah. So he owns an entire concrete company, owns that and Ironworks. Ironworks is like an upscale kind of wedding venue. Have you ever been to a wedding at Mile High Station? It's great. They do a great job.
I haven't either.
They do all sorts of festivals there. Mile High Station, badass fucking venue. It's great. It's like a Denver institution. So
Definitely going to want to check that out. I mean, there's some drinking happening this weekend, guys. If you want to do whiskey, you want to do beer, send it.
Whiskey. What are you guys up to this weekend?
Probably taking it easy a little bit. I'm going to be working with my brother a little bit on some stuff from Phoenix, and probably just trying to get some relaxing in,
All
man.
right. What about you, sir?
I am going to spend valuable time with people that have potential. I am going to exercise the Second Amendment, and I will also get wet and orca up in the pool.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a hoot. Whatever you're doing, Denver, get after it. Enjoy your weekend. You'll find links to everything we talked about in this episode in the show notes. MileHighLife.com is where you find this podcast and all the best podcasts in Denver. Literally all the best podcasts. Whether it's JD Lopez, Molly Smith, Jeff Morton, Vic Lombardi, or the three of us here, Mile High Life is where you find the pod. So go to MileHighLife.com. The site has recently been relaunched. We want you to get engaged. Also, social media. Mile High Den is the platform. Is the handle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. MileHighDenver@gmail.com is where you can email us. Send us show ideas. Send us cool shit to do. You want to promote something? We'll do it on here. We got a great reach on YouTube. We got a great reach on the platforms. If you're listening on any podcast platform, rate, review, subscribe, and tell a friend. Literally, that is something that you can do that costs no money that we appreciate you for. Like, comment, share, whatever you can do. And by the way, be sure to follow the Fricashinas. They are absolutely amazing, and they're going to play us out right now. So Justin, my boy, hit it!